We're going deep into a thought-provoking question. Do Christians really believe the Bible? They profess deep faith in the Bible, but often seem to live lives that contradict its teachings. It's a question that deserves our attention, and in my opinion, the answer might not always be as straightforward as we'd hope. This is a question that has puzzled many, both within and outside the Christian faith. For Christians, the Bible is not just a book, but a guide to life, a blueprint of sorts. It's a manual filled with principles and guidelines that, when followed, should lead to a life that is in harmony with God's will. Yet we often observe a stark disconnect between the teachings of the Bible and the lifestyles of some who claim to follow it. When we look around, we often see our fellow Christians grappling with life's challenges, struggling in areas of wealth, health, relationships, and faith, which are daily battles. It seems that the biblical principles they read about each day and hear in Sunday sermons may not always align with their lived reality. So, why does this anomaly exist? What could be the possible explanations? The Golden Rule, a cornerstone of Christian teaching, echoes in our ears. Treat others how you want to be treated. But at times, we find that instead of practicing love and compassion, some Christians treat others in ways that they would never wish to be treated. This behavior raises an essential point. If we aren't showing love and compassion to ourselves, how can we extend these virtues to our fellow believers, and even more crucially, to our own families? The Bible, a book revered for its teachings, is a cornerstone for Christians worldwide. It extols virtues such as love, forgiveness, charity, and humility. These are not just abstract concepts but practical guides to living a life in accordance with God's will. Love, as the Bible teaches, is not just a feeling but an action. It's about treating others with kindness, respect, and understanding. It's about selflessness, always seeking the best for others, even at personal cost. Yet how often do we see this selfless love in action in our modern society? Then, there's forgiveness. The Bible tells us to forgive 70 times 7, a figure symbolizing infinite mercy. It's about letting go of grudges, resentment, and the desire for revenge. Yet we see Christians today holding on to past hurts, unwilling to extend the olive branch of forgiveness. Charity, another crucial teaching, implies helping those less fortunate, not just in material terms but also through acts of kindness and compassion. Yet, there's a growing trend of self-centeredness and materialism, even among those professing Christian faith. Humility, the virtue of considering others before oneself, is another fundamental teaching. Yet, pride and arrogance often seem to overshadow this virtue in our modern, competitive society. In comparing the Bible's teachings to the actions of many Christians today, we can't help but notice a stark contrast. It's not about pointing fingers or casting judgment. It's about acknowledging this gap and understanding its implications. The Bible's teachings are clear, yet the lived reality of many Christians seems to diverge from these instructions. We see a world where love is often conditional, forgiveness is limited, charity is selective, and humility is rare. Clearly, there seems to be a dissonance between the Bible's teachings and the actions of many Christians. But why is this so? The Bible tells us that without faith, it's impossible to please God. Just reading the Bible won't do much if you don't truly believe that God can and will make a difference in your life. This is where the gap between belief and practice emerges. Why do some Christians struggle to live fully in accordance to the Bible's teachings? There could be a variety of reasons for this discrepancy. One prime suspect is the immense influence of society. We live in a world that is rapidly evolving, with societal norms and values that often clash with the teachings of the Bible. This constant tug-of-war between societal expectations and biblical principles can create a sense of confusion and cause individuals to veer away from the path outlined in the scriptures. Am I now trying to win the approval of human beings, or of God? Or am I trying to please people? If I were still trying to please people, I would not be a servant of Christ. Galatians 1:10. This verse highlights the struggle between conforming to societal expectations and staying true to one's faith in Christ. The emphasis is the need to prioritize God's approval over pleasing people, which resonates with the idea that societal influences can pull believers away from their faith. Romans 12:2 states, "Do not conform to the pattern of this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind. Then you will be able to test and approve what God's will is, His good, pleasing, and perfect will." Jesus said in John 14, "I assure you that whoever believes in me will do the same things I have done, and they will do even greater things than I have done, because I am going to the Father." These words challenge us to explore the full potential of our faith. Do we, as Christians, truly believe that we can do what Jesus said? Do we have the faith to heal the sick, raise the dead, move mountains, and slay giants in our lives? The answers to these questions are not only central to our belief, but also to our lived reality. It's about understanding that the Bible is not just a historical account of miracles, but a guide for us to live in the present. It's about bridging the gap between belief and practice, between the teachings we hold dear and the actions we take every day. So, when we ask the question, do Christians really believe the Bible? The answer is multifaceted. It's not a simple yes or no. It's a call to action, a challenge to bridge the gap between belief and practice, between the words we read and the life we lead, to live according to the teachings we hold dear, and to let our faith guide our lives, not just our Sunday rituals. One verse in the Bible has caught the attention of those who explore the ideas of manifestation and the law of attraction. It's Mark 11:24, which states, "Whatever things you ask when you pray, believe that you receive them, and you will have them." This has led numerous non-believers to a life of contentment. This verse is not a New Age idea, it's deeply rooted in Christian faith. However, it's not just about reciting this verse, it's about truly believing and living by it. And if more Christians truly believed wholeheartedly, then their lives would mirror God's promises. Perfection isn't the aim, progress is. It's about taking steps, however small, towards a life that reflects the wisdom and guidance found in the sacred pages of the Bible. Firstly, we must prioritize regular Bible study. The Bible is a treasure trove of divine wisdom, but it can only transform us if we take the time to engage with it. As we read, meditate, and reflect on its teachings, we begin to understand God's heart and His will for our lives. It's like having a compass that always points us in the right direction. Secondly, prayer is crucial. It's our lifeline to God, our chance to communicate with Him directly. Through prayer, we can express our joys, our sorrows, our fears, and our hopes. It's also a time when we can hear from God, gaining insight and wisdom for our journey. Thirdly, fellowship with other believers is a source of strength and encouragement. As we share our experiences, our triumphs, and our struggles, we learn from each other and grow together. Fellowship reminds us that we are not alone on our journey of faith. Lastly, seeking guidance from spiritual leaders is invaluable. They have walked the path before us and can provide insight, wisdom, and practical advice. They can help us interpret the Bible and apply its teachings to our daily lives. It's time to lay down pride and ask for guidance. Living according to the Bible's teachings isn't always easy, but it is a rewarding and fulfilling journey. Remember, it's not about being perfect, it's about being faithful, about striving to live a life that reflects the love, grace, and wisdom found in the Bible's teachings. It's about embracing the journey, one step at a time, with the Bible as our guide and God as our companion. Thank you for joining me in this exploration of faith and practice. Let us remember that our actions should always align with our beliefs, and our faith should be the driving force that transforms our lives. Let me know your thoughts in the comment.